Well, I've never lost my identity. You know, I taught other people, enabled other people when I was working. So I continue to do that. I continue to teach and to instruct. I have a weekly blog where what I've learned that week, I explain that and teach. And I have, thousands of followers. And it's not what I had for lunch and silly things like that. It's what I've learned in helping someone with dementia. And why not share everything that we learn? So that's very important to me.
Yeah, that's a really good question. How do I keep my sense of identity? Who is Keith Oliver, I guess? Sometimes I ask myself that question because Keith Oliver is a different person some days to other days. I think I keep it by being thoughtful. I keep it by trying to think of other people more than I think of myself. I try and keep that sense of identity by teaching because, I was a teacher for 36 years. And
I know what I like, my personal space. And in it, it's a video meeting like this. And over a course of so many weeks, it's about, it's like, and this is me. And that's kind of, it's like, that's my lounge, how it was at Halloween. And it's all about, this is me. And this is me, kind of booklets and pictures are really important because I can keep up to date who I am. And this is my working study. It's the only room in the house that's hickledy-pickledy, because downstairs, my bedroom, it's all very neat and tidy and minimalistic. Not this room though, because this is my working room. This is me all around. This is me. It's got me what do you call them, trophies and stuff that I've won over the years, and photos of family and past people that have now passed. And this is me, where I come to, and I find out if I'm getting a moment where it's, what have I been doing, who am I. I can spend time in here and just see who I am, what I've been doing. It's my room. It's where my photos, newspaper cuttings and everything about me is here. Nowhere else. This is the room where it's my working room. It's where it all is. Yeah.
Identity is very important, isn't it? When you're working, then you have an identity, don't you? Because when you first meet somebody, once they've got your name, the second question is normally, and what do you do? And so it's very important to have keep your own identity. And I find I keep my identity by all the various things that I'm involved in. So I don't just become Chris and that's it. There's far more to me, as I said right at the beginning of this discussion, there's far more to me than my dementia. And so that's how I keep my identity. And identity is very important to people. In fact, one of the most important things is learning somebody's name. People get very upset if you call them by the wrong name. No matter, totally disregarding dementia, but that's probably the very most important thing to a person in their world is their name, because that's their identity. That's where they've come from, and that's how they want to be known. So that way I keep my identity by finding things to do and doing things when I'm asked to do them to help out. So that keeps my identity going.
It's really important for me to keep my grandma exactly who she was. My grandma has always been very full of life and one of a kind. She's worn all black attire since 1983. And I try to keep who my grandma was to me alive. So I keep her silly personality. I try to bring that out in the jokes that we do and the little dances that we do together. And I give her choice. I give her as many choices as possible. And I think giving her that freedom is very beneficial for her. So in the mornings, I'll say, do you want this or this? Whether that's food, clothes, whatever it may be. And she's able to point and tell me which one she wants. And then that way, I think giving her the choice, it helps her keep her dignity and maintain her sense of self as well.